Hey guys, I'm Tyler, and today we are going to make this awesome folding stool. So this stool is made out of just a couple sheets of plywood, and the whole point is I wanted something that I could pick up and hang on the wall, but also is fairly sturdy to sit on and work on the workbench. And I am totally surprised at how sturdy this thing actually is, being held together with just a couple hinges. You need 5 1.5-inch hinges and 2 2-inch hinges, a bunch of 1/2-inch screws, a little bit of 1/2-inch plywood to make this happen. There are plans on my website, link in the description down below if you guys would like to follow along. Hit that subscribe button right there so you never miss when I upload a new video. Let's build this thing. I want to take a quick second and talk to you guys about the circular blades that I've been using on all of my saws for the past couple months. These are the Q series blades from sawblade.com. Gotta say, I was a little bit skeptical because of the cost of these blades compared to the blades at the home centers around you, but I've been absolutely blown away with the cut quality on all the saws, whether it's the 12-inch blade on my miter saw or the 10-inch blade here on my table saw. The cuts are super easy to push through on the saw, and I'm left with a silky smooth cut. You can find these blades and all of the blades for your woodworking and metalworking needs at sawblade.com. To get started with this build, you'll want to download the plans from the website, and then you can scale up or scale down this stool pretty easily. You'll have to do it just with a calculator or by hand, and then lay it out on the 2 sheets of plywood that you just cut out on the table saw. To make most of the longer straight cuts on this stool, I use the table saw, just setting the workpiece in place against the fence and then raising the blade through, just to make sure all the cuts were nice and straight. But you can totally do this with just a jigsaw or even a circular saw. And once all the straight cuts were done, I took the jigsaw out and cut the final kerfs that were left in place to break most of the parts free, but you'll see here that I actually don't cut the biggest sections free because I put the hinges on beforehand just to keep the alignment. You're going to want 2 different types of hinges for this stool. You're going to want a pair of 2-inch hinges, and this will fold out the main section, the heaviest section. And then you will need a pair of 1.5-inch hinges, which are these, that will connect the 2 pieces, the 2 sides together. And then you actually need 3 pairs of hinges for the top, 1 for each side and 1 for the middle. Before we actually break the pieces apart, I'm going to mount the hinges so that we don't lose any of the natural alignment in the wood. And these are 1/2-inch wood screws. Not the screws that came with the hinges, as they are too long. Now that we got the hinge alignment, you can go ahead and undo the 2 on the small arms at least, and cut this completely loose so we can make these final couple cuts. For each of the 2 sides, there was an area where I had to cut a little bit wider than the blade of the jigsaw to be able to make the corner. And right here I'm just using the oscillating belt sander to round those over just to give it a better look. I'm only going to keep the 2 screws per set of hinges, even though I'm going to glue these 2 pieces together, because I'm not sure how much adjustment I'm going to need before I'm done here. The top or the seat of this is 2 1/2-inch pieces of plywood with some holes so that your fingers can slip in and lift and fold up the seat. And I'm going to put the hinges on here before installing it on the stand itself. I'm going to go ahead and put the top on and then adjust the hinges in here a little bit. It is sticking right here a little bit on the right side. The left side's pretty good. So I'm going to put the top on so I know what's actually square, and then we can do a little bit of sanding and planing to get it to work out right. This is actually the first time closing this up. Let's see what happens. So yeah, I need to adjust maybe the hinges on this side to pull everything to the back a little bit. Pretty close. More sturdy than I thought. I mean, this way is really good. That's sweet. Not a necessary step by any means, but rounding over the edges gives it a softer look, and I suppose will protect you from getting some splinters where you don't want them from sitting on this stool. Well, there you go, guys. A relatively simple project, super fun to make, and very, very functional. This was actually a lot of fun to do, and I cannot believe it worked out perfectly the first time. Now, the hinges are the cheaper hinges that you get from your home centers. I don't know where to get better quality hinges without paying a ton of money. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. These hinges do make the whole system a little bit loose, but even with me rocking around on it, I was super surprised with how stable it actually was. This can obviously be scaled from a short step stool to even maybe a little bit higher or bigger than this. There will be a set of plans on my website, DIYTyler.com, link in the description down below, if you guys would care to build something like this. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, please hammer that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button right over there so you never miss when I upload a new video. I'm DIYTyler. You guys have a good one.